It's a beautiful morning here in Jos Plateau State, and we're in the studios of Aqua Television International. The problem is today's life, and we are going to be answering a question. It's an interesting question. I'm really having a time with this question. That's the truth, though. The question is, who should I date? So I'm not doing this alone. I'm with Engineer Tony Nakle. And
I'm with you in return. Are you sure I'm with you in return?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And Joyce Gada. Good morning.
Prudence.
How was your day? I mean, how is it going?
So far, so good.
Okay, that's great. Now let's discuss
My day, you won't ask how my day is going.
Sorry, sir. How are your day, sir?
My day is forward and forward.
Okay.
It's not so far so good. Good now, it will be good later, it will be good till I sleep. So that's how my day is going.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you for asking.
Okay, now let's get it. Who should I date? As I don't have any experience, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm just honest, you know.
Joyce,
So,
do you have experience?
Just think about
Do you have experience? You don't, ba?
I don't have
I
experience.
don't have experience as
I've
well.
come to the end
Thank you
of
very much for watching today's live on Aqua Television. We started this show.
yes.
We are testing
We are
mics.
starting.
Be serious.
Okay.
Let's do it. So,
Let's be the Aqua members.
on a serious note now,
Okay.
there are a lot of things going on around in our community. There are a lot of controversies happening with the issues of dating exactly. So I'd like us to start with like a background. Like, what exactly is dating? Is it right norm to follow? Is it wrong? Is it right? What exactly is dating? I want us to deal with that, and then we move to who exactly I should date or we should date.
We should start with those who are in and out of dates, right? Because I'm not in and out of dates because I'm married, but you guys are, it's not wrong to be in and out of dates. You guys are in and out of dates, so let's build foundation from there.
You know, when we talk about dating, you're talking about a socially accepted means of finding a mate. And then for some people, when you
Please
mention
note socially accepted
Accepted
means of finding a date.
a mate, and then for
A mate, sorry.
a lot of people, when they hear the word date, they will tell you, not biblical is what Christ will not be found dating and all of that. You hear the religious people come to give you a lot of things. Yes, before now, we didn't have the concept of dating. Like, it is less than a century. But you know, as time evolved, but before now, you wouldn't even hear anybody telling you that you need to date before you get married. It was more like an arranged marriage. Just the concept of dating, falling in love before getting married, or more like it's something that happened in the 20th century. So before then, it's usually you hear is that, oh, you've been betrothed to this person, or like they will just arrange the marriage, and after the marriage you start falling in love and everything, building the relationship and all of that. But then the concept of dating, like I said earlier on, a socially accepted means of finding a mate. Like, people get attracted to people, and then like opposite sex, I mean, like a guy or a girl can get attracted to a guy, and then the guy can get attracted to the girl, and then he will meet her, and they start knowing each other, information about how they will get to the engagement stage and all that. So just in the nutshell, it's a socially accepted means of finding
Social accepted. I think if we are talking about date, just look at, and I thank God that I started talking about it from the angle which I would suggest we should consider, but add one more angle to it. Somebody doesn't know God, but it's right. He has the right, he or she has the right to date as well. And someone know God, maybe, okay, someone is not a Christian. Understand? He has the right to date as well. Somebody is a Christian, he also has right to date. It's not like before when they just send you to a man's house. They just say, please take this package to that man. And when you go there, the man will tell you, you are my life. Maybe he doesn't have one arm or something else, you know. and then you're stuck with him the whole of your life. Is gone past that. It has evolved. And for me, it has evolved for good. Why? Because it gives you an opportunity to know a lot of things about the person that you are going to be spending the rest of your life with, even though people don't care about that now. True, people don't care about that now. People just go into marriage, whatever they find it. If they are comfortable, they stay. If not, they get out. Because if you see the marriages that are broken, we are just grateful to God that some of us are surviving what some people, can't just survive. But let's look at this dating thing. Who is telling you how to do it? Do you understand what I'm saying? Who is telling you how to do it? And if someone is telling you how to do it, why must you adopt his or her concept of doing it? If it works for him, does it necessarily mean it's going to work for me? Definitely the answer is no. See, if something happens today and I thought to be single, right? And I marry, who now? Give me a name. Give me a name of a lady that has never been married. Like who? I'm thinking of somebody like very, very opposite to my wife. Like, let me say Linda. And then married to Linda. And then I start talking to Linda through the eyes of my former wife, expecting Linda to wake up at 6 a.m. to start, dressing my kids, all the things that I have, she's inheriting, has to start learning how these things can be taken care of. She has never been in that kind of situation. So whatever anybody who was married to her would not make sense at that point in time. Why? She has never been into that kind of relationship. That is why, that kind of situation, rather, that is why people should stop telling people what to do in the relationship. Rather, give them templates that they can build upon. Don't tell a lady that if you do this way, a man will deal with you. Or if you behave this way, you are the one that will lose. What if the man she's end up with is different, he doesn't have that kind of background? You get the point. So people just come to you with pieces of information that have not made a single sense to them. Do you understand? All right. Prudence. You are the kind of lady that likes walking around. Because we have to be realistic with this relationship. You are the kind of lady that likes walking half naked home with earpiece, phones or whatever it is in your ears, listening to loud music, and you cannot sing. And then you're shouting anyhow. Like it makes you so happy. Right? Can't live in a house like that with me, for instance. I mean, Hassan can tolerate that, or he might tolerate that. But you start talking to me about Hassan. Broke up with him. Why are you bringing out Hassan? Hassan didn't have a problem with that. I do. I-D-O. Capital letter, I do. I like my woman tired. See, these are the things that people cannot tell you. How can you teach me about a man you don't know? How can you teach me about a woman you don't know? Okay. I gave you all the tips about love. And you found out that when a man wants to sleep, one leg is on the floor, the other one is on the bed. What kind of sleeping position is that? If you carry it and put it, he puts it back. If you carry it and put it, he puts it back. And then finally, because he loves you, he sleeps the way you want. And in the morning, he tells you can't go to work because one leg is killing him. That's how he normally sleeps. Now you have changed the sleeping position. It has become an ailment to him. Certain things. I think it was Joyce that said something on the show one time that people broke or they fought over tooth or something. Yeah. That you should have pressed from the...
Yeah.
What relationship expert can bring toothpaste issue in your relation? He doesn't know about that. So the best thing is to teach people tolerance. How to tolerate this guy. You are going out with this guy. Have you met who say, I met a guy yesterday. He was everything except His body odor. Do you understand?
Yes.
He's just perfect. You need to see this guy. He's perfect and he knows God, but Kai, he has body odor. And then you have been in a relationship with him, imagine the smell and all that, for 2 years. And then suddenly, he's asking you to marry him. You know, when you are in love, a lot of foolish things will happen to you. Don't let anyone fool you. They will tell you, oh, this is a very beautiful pink background. You'll be like, oh, pink is my favorite. We are looking at black. You just accept it. Why? Because you are in love. Get married first. There are several things that familiarity will bring. You've seen the person naked, you've seen him at his best, you've seen him at his worst, you've seen him every way like that he should be seen. What's left of this man? Nothing. Let me start riding on it. And that's when you start losing respect for the man that should have been your husband, for the woman that should have been your wife and all that. And then you start living at home as casual friends. Because at that point in time, there can never be anything like separation. You have been separated. Because a lot of people have been separated but just living together. It's more marriage. It's more marriage. And see, some of us think the marriage that, husband anywhere is traveling with his wife. Anything he's doing with his wife. I want to be like these people. Let the woman tell you the truth about him. Or let the man tell you the truth about his wife. There are several things that people cannot bring outside for you to see. Some of the relationships that are far apart, see, they are stronger than the ones that are even together. Some of them, you just have to find a way of making things. So if you ask question, who should I date? Well, that question sounds like everybody has his own answer. Because you cannot get an answer and say this is general for everybody. I mean, one man's trash is another man's treasure. See, so you can't say the man has to be tall, dark, he has to be handsome, he has to have hair, he has to, his ink must be polished, he has to have money. And another woman is like, I just need a short, somebody said, he was fighting over his wife. So, girlfriend actually. So, when a very beautiful lady passed by, they were like, is this not a very pretty lady? It's not the, what you with this lady, that's your girlfriend that you're fighting about. He says, no, I want my women all fat and ugly. He said he wants his women old, fat, and ugly. He says that way he's not in competition with anybody. Preference. Another man will tell you fat where? No, it's not you. Somebody will tell you, I want to hold a woman and feel I've held. I don't want to hold something and feel like I'm holding a loaf of bread. No, that's not. I want to hold preference. So when I was getting married, they said, why am I marrying my wife? I said, the first thing is beautiful. You can't change that one. Because I can work on your character. I can't work on your beauty. So if your mouth is this, and I decide to marry you, I will see this mouth forever. But if you have bad character, I have hope that I work on it to a very large extent. So me, I know very well. Proverbs says, beauty is deceitful and all of that, but the woman who fears the Lord be praised. So you have to put fear of God in a beautiful woman, and the combination will get, oh my God. It's not a woman that you are dating. Where are you at? You are not home. Our man is like, madam, I have friends by 10. That's when they are leaving the house. Me, I'm coming back soon. You have to know that too. You have to add that to your jotter. You have to jot everything about the person you're going out with. Have I spoken up to a minute?
Wow.
Okay, let me hear since I've not been saying anything.
You know, I just wanted to say that again, we're in a time where everybody is a motivational speaker. Like everybody wants to wake up and then create a page and then start speaking to people. But as young people, what we usually get wrong is the fact that you want to just type, who should I date? And then something will just pop up. And then you want to write it, put it at the side of your bed. Any man that comes to you, if he's not in line with what you actually browse, he's not actually the man for you. Like most of these people write out of their experiences. We're not taking away the fact that there are people that through revelation and all of that, like came up with things that could be guidelines for other people. But there are some people that, like, you know, when we were talking about hypocrisy yesterday, like what's mastering your mind. There are people that will just say things, but that's not reflection. Like that's not their reality. And that is what we read the story in the Bible is that they are hypocrites. They are just actors. You need to be careful with people. So today we have a lot of actors. People who just create pages just to make money. And then they keep writing things as guidelines for people to follow. But then, like beyond what you just go to Google and just type and like what is the acceptable? Is there like an acceptable standard for who I should date? Like he said, everybody.
Who
there's
is he?
like like you just said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be giving me my credits. So
Okay,
the
like
people are watching
like
this.
you just like you said.
Like you do that to me.
Like Tony Nakali said.
You people will just be serious, so we can't laugh again. Go ahead. I remember what you were saying.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, like you said, there's show of preference. We're different, and then what we want might not be what I want, might be what you want. So you can't work with what I want. I can't come to you and say, Prudence, this is the way. The man must be tall. He must be this. He must be that. Maybe that's not what appeals to you. And then by the time I come to keep telling you that this is the kind of person that you should date, it will affect you in the long run. You follow my own guidelines, and then when you get married and see that that's not the reality of the person you're living with, you see you become troubled. And then at the end of the day, like it will be just like enduring the marriage. That's if you can endure, because it's not everybody that can endure. Some people just get married because it has been said to them, you're of age, it's time for you to get married. So they just don't care about whatever attribute they get married. So maybe you just want to just get married, or you just want somebody that will help you do certain things. But I think basically in answering the question who I should date is personal. That's number one. For me, I would say it's personal. Like, I'm going to say it. Like, personally, if you ask me, I'll tell you that above, the person should be someone that will completely love God. Like for me, who I should date should be somebody that should completely love God. Because if that person completely loves God, then there are a lot of things that I wouldn't have to deal with in the long run. Like, naturally, if somebody loves God, that means he's ready to obey, surrender to whatever the scripture says. And if you have that biblical guidelines, you love God, you want to adhere to whatever he says, then things are going to be easy. You know that the Bible has instructed you to love your wife at the long run, because the whole aim, you don't just get into relationship or get into dating because you just want to just try some things and just move back. But then maybe at the long run you get married, engaged, and then married. So you don't want to end up with somebody that you start regretting. So if the person loves God completely, then he's going to treat you in accordance to what God says he should. And then secondly, I would like to date somebody that is kind. If the person I should date, if he's kind, I think it's going to save me a lot of stress, because you won't be king of yourself. You put me in the pickle. Like, if I do this, is it going to hurt this person or not? So anybody that is kind will always put you into consideration. And again, I should date somebody that's respectful.
Number 3.
Yes, number 3, I should date somebody who is respectful.
Somebody is out there writing.
You should be writing out screen. So, like somebody that is respectful, you shouldn't come to me, and they treat me like I'm just anybody, like somebody you don't have regard for. It has to be always what you say. You have to be at home by 6. You have to be this. You have to be that, and you don't look at it from your own angle too. Like it's just about you and you and you. Alone.
Somebody just cancelled everything I had.
Everything.
This your 4th point. Somebody just was like, okay, 1, okay, that's fine. I can do it. 2, okay, yes, yeah. 3. Yeah, this, I beg, don't squeeze the paper thing. What is she saying? I'll marry her and she'll be outside by 7.
No. I'm giving you an instance. Like, I shouldn't be. Like, there should be some level of understanding and communication that will guide how you live and all of that. It needs to be agreed between the both of you. For somebody, coming at 10 o'clock is fine. Going out 10 o'clock is fine for that person. So it has to do with both of you coming to agree on what works for you, not what works for another person. So somebody that is respectful, respect me for where I am, where I come from, and I think it's going to be a good one. And then somebody that is emotionally stable. Like I should date someone that is emotionally stable. Like you saw me, you got attracted to me, and you came, you want me in your life. Be emotionally stable. Not that today you are here, the next minute you're seeing another person that you're attracted to, and then your emotion will shift to that person, and then the next minute they get that person. Like no, like I will quickly quit without even giving you reasons. So I think it's important.
What if you think it's important? What?
Whoever that I'm going to date will have to be emotionally stable. If you're deciding that you got attracted to me, you like me for whatever reason that you've chosen, then you have to be with me.
So like, what if you eventually get married to the emotionally stable man, and the instability comes after the marriage?
No.
Know what?
If he
know what? No, I shouldn't have asked you. Or no, it can't come. No, I shouldn't have asked you. Or no, it can't come at that point.
It can come. Like people change situations.
Remember, the Bible says that the devil goes to and fro the earth looking for who to devour. There are points that the devil will say, no, let her finish. I'll not attack her now. You see, certain things, when we start talking about relationship issues as Christians, we should also know that no matter, I was watching a comedy show on TV. One of the most popular comedians we have in Nigeria was on the show. And he says, women, una go just talk, say, we want una one woman, man, we tall, we get money, we do this. Una see that even for Bible, that man no dey. He described that and he said that, and that is extreme true. See, you are wearing a golden necklace, I guess. This thing, if they showed you the raw material and asked you to put it on your neck, you wouldn't want to. It's dirty. It's dirty. Like, look at the clothes that we're wearing. They look so good on us, but they came out of the dirt. If you get someone that you love so well, listen to what I said earlier. Do I love my wife? Extremely. Extremely. Like, she's second to nothing. Do we have issues? Extremely. How do we deal with them? We talk. We settle. There was one time there was no fight, there was nothing. And I hope she's watching so that she will remember that she told me that. No fight, nothing. She just said, let me just tell you something. I think I bought certain things that women like chicken, suya and all. I brought home, everybody enjoyed. No fight, nothing. Let me tell you something. Whatever, I'm not leaving this marriage. I said, what brought this one? I will not go anywhere, even if all these people that they will fight with their husband and leave. She's not going anywhere. She said that to me. And I entered another realm of sense. Do you understand? How can you be in a relationship with somebody? You are late to come back home. The person didn't say anything. You are somewhere. They didn't call you to ask, where are you? Do they love you? It's a question we should ask. But you have people saying, your wife is controlling you. Why will your wife be asking you where you are? Excuse me, it's because she loves me. If she doesn't ask me, who will she ask? Do you understand the point? So what was I saying before I started saying all this?
You were asking what if.
Thank you. They. Well, yeah, don't laughing. I'll continue.
Continue.
Okay. Truly, you have battles to fight. We're talking about relationship, we're talking about marriage, we're talking about dating, you're talking about, you have to make it work. Nothing is kept 100% for you. Is it wrong that you have choices? No. There's nothing wrong with that. If when God created man, he puts that will for you to make choice. That is why somebody's wife is fat, somebody's wife is slim. It's choice. It's choice. But look at it this way. When you sound like the man should not, the people watching, they will disagree, yet they do the most. There's no way a man, of course, you are talking about stability emotionally, he should be stable. Not to the extent you see a woman, what's wrong? You say, this lady is beautiful. There's nothing wrong. But when that beauty translates to sharing the same, sharing what you have with your wife, with that lady, then I think it's faulty. That's what you're trying to say, right? It's faulty. But there's nothing wrong with my wife seeing a man and say, Kai, this guy is handsome. She's just saying the truth. He's handsome. He's not her guy. I am the landlord. So if my wife says that, I'll be like, wow, that's good. But if I start seeing her making certain comments extra about it, I'm like, I'll be like, I thought we are done. We have established that it's handsome and that's it. While we establish other facts that we have no business establishing. Stability in when you're talking about emotions, to a colossal extent, it cannot be controlled. Because the opposites attract. The opposites attract. You cannot say that a man has been married and he looks, or is dating and he looks at another girl and never said, this lady is beautiful. No, you say it, but that's not lost. It's just a compliment. But when it gravitates to the level of lusting after what you are looking at, that's when it becomes a problem.
And you know, like my points in dating now, because like we said earlier on, it's just like a socially accepted way of finding like a mate. And so you are already in the process of finding me as a mate. Maybe we've gotten to the person, whoever I'm dating. And then we get to that stage of commitment and then engagement, and you see another lady and then you still go after her. I don't mean just admiring her, but then went ahead and then, I love you, look beautiful, I would like to go into relationship
You have someone
with you.
who say that when you do.
Like, I want to go into, and then you start a relationship with that person.
While
and
you
then,
stay with the
yes.
What's wrong with that?
Then you...
I was trying to make you angry, but there's absolutely
my mind.
there's okay, you know me very well. That means you know I can pull out anything anytime. You see, there are men that are not stable, not just emotionally. There are men that are not stable. There are men that will establish the fact that, you see, if we marry, I'll be cheating small boys you that I love.
Yeah, people say that.
Yes.
Say that is true.
There's a comedy I watched. I like watching comedy, and sometimes there are messages behind this laughter that we just. He was begging a lady that please let him date her now. He wants to date her, and the girl was. I think you've watched it. The lady said she likes him, but what about that lady that he's always together with? He said, no, that he's not in any relationship. He's not dating anybody. She said, no, there's one. I said, okay, that one. There's nothing too serious. That she's just his wife. That is you that I like. That one, she's just my wife. I'm not dating her. We are just married. It's funny. It's funny. You see, when you start bringing excuses to things that you want to do, some people say things that will favor the erroneous life that they live already, and they even have scriptures to back it up, right? But you see, if a man loves you and he went to the extent of paying something, of introducing himself to, that means you are about to be more responsible about certain things, right? About certain things. You are like saying, if you have seen my parents, right? If you have seen my parents, it says that you are willing to take it a level extra. That extra level, what brothers fail to reason is, at that point, she's not the only one. You have involved others. But you fail to think of it that way. See, even if you visit a lady, even if you don't have intentions of marrying her, the fact that you will go to their living room and sit and they will even give you food and eat, you have created an impression. Next time, you don't come back, another person comes. That is when parents will start feeling, why are these brothers coming to shut the food in the house? Well, we are getting, what are they coming to do? You didn't introduce them as just friends. You know, there is a way, as a grown-up lady, if you have a male friend, at home they will know, they will not expect anything. There is a way you relate to the guy. You know, you sit, you talk, you check something on phone, you play, they know that there's nothing. But there is a way you bring a boyfriend that wants to, like, they will know. Even him, his artificial behaviors will show. Baba said, yes, so, as if he's not the person that warned you on WhatsApp earlier.
Like they will not fight you.
Yes, so, yes. You see, certain things that are being said to ladies, I just don't know how you people are wired, but you seem to be intelligent, you seem to have sense, you seem to know it all, until an opportunity presents itself for you to show the sense you have, we see an empty head. You should be a little bit tough in a relationship. I'm speaking.
I mean they can hear.
It's true. Why would some of you are funny? You see, some of you are funny. No wonder Joyce was saying something earlier, and I picked up why ladies do certain things that they do. You see, some of these posts that ladies make, it puts me off. Like you just see a lady that is single, hoping to be married one day, hoping to be married one day. When she posts nonsense, I don't even feel for her. I start asking myself, what kind of a brother would want to end up with a sister like this? If you don't have sense now, is it when you have boyfriend that you have more competition? Somebody said something, please, who bought my boyfriend shirt?
It's funny, but it's true.
You know, there's something that is raining now. Any bad thing that happens, they say precious. Have you seen that? Oh man, there are videos trending, like anything bad. They just say it's precious. A lady went to her boyfriend's house and she saw all the plates washed. And she was heartbroken. And when she went, the brother started giving her attitude. She said she knows that it was precious that went to the dishwashing. Somebody used the toilet. Another person was going in to use the toilet. The toilet was smelly. She ran out and went to ask her mother who used the toilet. Then the mother said, precious. Everything was, you know, mostly when a lady is in a relationship, she becomes almost or foolish. Almost or foolish. How can you be in a relationship and then you are doing certain things that is the man that is supposed to do? You just put him in the position to be relaxed. She's got it. That's what you are saying. He that finds a wife, I will never stop saying this, the lady must put herself in the position to be found. That's number one. That's the reality of it. You have to put yourself in the position to be found. Putting yourself in the position to be found is going to be solely determined. Your life as a person will determine how you put yourself in the position to be found. You see all these girls walking half naked, there are men that are looking for this kind of girls to be their wives. Like, even when we are married, dress this way for me, I don't care. Haven't you been to stores, shopping malls, and you see a man and a woman, maybe even pregnant, or even dragging another baby, but the woman is not properly dressed at all. You go to malls in Abuja, you see people dressing like a culture we borrowed. We're trying to leave it more than the original owners of the culture, who are in most cases not comfortable with the culture. So this relationship thing that we're talking, who should I date? Is it an all-week topic? Or is it one episode topic?
One day.
One day topic. So I think we should start bringing facts together so that people can learn something from the show. But I honestly feel Joyce said something. You haven't said anything on the show. You are hosting. You are just guests. Me and Joyce are guests. You haven't said anything on the show. But it's fine that way. Who should I date? Who do you want to date? I think that's the question.
That's the question.
And if that question is properly answered, it will save you a lot. Who do you want to date? Joyce said she wants a God-fearing person, no, somebody who loves God. But you didn't add the fear of God, because the person who loves God may not necessarily fear him like that. So add the fear. Because I think it was on today's live or relationship show that I was somewhere I was invited to speak. And I told ladies, I said, if you are going out with a man who does not know God, love him and fear him, he can beat you up and not see anything wrong with it. Like, it's not that he has beaten you. What's the past tense of beat? Bet. It's not that he bet. Prudence. I'm the one you are shaming for.
Shaming of association. The way she bent her head, no, like I'm trying.
Oh my God. No, that's not what I was trying to do.
I'm in love with this show today.
Me, I'm proud to be associated with you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm
Even
proud.
though you are bougie.
No, I'm proud.
You are proud. Okay. So you see, it's sad that the guy knows God. Right? He knows, he has an idea who God is. It's sadder when the guy does not reference God in everything that he does. Because brothers who say, I beg, see, leave love, Bible love, leave them, na me and you. Ay, ay, ay. Head to the borders, my sister. There's help there. There's everything you see in a man that you want is not all you need. There's something else you are looking for. What is this guy willing to sacrifice? What is he willing to sacrifice? You call someone, you say, I want to see you. Can't you see the weather is about to rain? Meanwhile, another lady is begging her to come in the rain. Say, let me prove my love to you. Wait until it's stormy. Then I'll storm in. You see, you need to know when you are being loved genuinely. You need to know. If you are not truly loved, you need to know. Once you are shown that once, twice, three times, there is no HOPE for you. Leave. Some of you will say, no, I will work it out. No, it's men that work things out. It's not a woman. It's not your responsibility. Your contribution is going to be appreciated. But it's a responsibility of a man to work. He's the head. He's the head. He should work it out. A very young lady who is married with a son posted something this morning and it got my attention. And at the end, she said, I love you. And then she put the name of her husband. She's very young. She said, shout out to the man who is always spending on me even though I'm not owing him. And then she said, I love you. She put her husband in. I'm like, wow. Wow. When a woman says that to the world, she's in love with you. She's in love with you. And I'm not necessarily saying you have to go on social media to explain how you love or express how you love your man. No, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that, you know. And some people think if you celebrate them publicly, you love them. Earlier you said that you want a man that when you come, you do not call you by 7 to say, where are you, and all of that.
No, I didn't say that.
You really wind the tape, the show is recorded. When you are talking about that, like by 7, you are calling me to say, where, you know. if truly you are calling me to ask, because you are checking up on me and all that is important, and I want that kind of person in my life. But you know what? There is a way. That is why I would always say to people around me, grow yourself up. Work on becoming someone with who you eventually become. Respect will be there. See, there is a way you can come back home 12 midnight. You see your husband maybe reading a book waiting for you, and when you come, he hugs you and gives you a kiss. Why? Because of the kind of person that you are. But once he's 7, okay, the woman that is always coming home at 2, she cannot cheat on her husband. It's our English. You know, she can.
Yeah.
She can. It doesn't matter when she comes back home. It doesn't matter when he comes back home as well.
Yes.
These few words of
Okay, so we're actually discussing this on the table before we came in here, and we threw the question to everybody, and the answer was that, oh no, I will want somebody who we have a connection with. Connection in terms of like you understand each other, you are on the same page. When you react like this, they're expecting.
what women want is uncountable. Yet the man doesn't want anything. No. Do you love me? Yes. Can you marry me? Yes. That's all. We are fixers. Do you understand? We fix things. Have you ever been in a relationship that you are hurt, you are crying, the guy doesn't say anything, and then later he sends you a text? Yeah, you mean the whole world to me.
The cry away.
You start cleaning, cooking his best meal, like you are just heads over heels, man. The thing is, we know sometimes when you are going through all these things that you go through, we look at you and don't say anything, because at that point, whatever we say don't matter. Even if we give you money, you collect, but you still be crying. You will not appreciate it, but you have collected it. So we are waiting for the right time. Anything a man does, he knows how to do it, when to do it, and where. And where? See, I've said this on a show on the living room. They disagreed. But that's the truth. Men hardly say, I am sorry. They show their apologies in most cases. And when you want to hear the sorry, they will tell you because you want to hear it. Do they mean it? In most cases, no. You know, your friend will tell you, just go and tell her you are sorry. Buy this and this and this. But you see, that sorry that he says, yeah, he is guilty of the reason why he said it. He's still guilty countless times. Because the point is, how do we work this thing out for it to stop rather than hearing sorry every day? You slap me every morning and you keep saying sorry. Apology accepted, but when would it stop? You see, so that means the apology does not matter. The apology does not matter. Honestly, you guys have countless things you want, and in most cases, you don't have anything to offer in relationships. Wow. Outside of demands, go and check. Go and check.
Well, we have, sorry to cut you, we have some comments here.
It's not time to take comments.
Like
somebody's actually he's supporting you because he says he says, that's from Philemon Titus. He says, how I wish our ladies are watching this show. Thank you, sir, for doing justice to this topic.
I'm happy that our brothers are watching as well.
Yeah, actually.
We have Dan, and he's watching live. Thank you, Dan. Well, what I want to say...
This is a comment you interrupted me. Philemon is my brother. Of course, he will support me. This is a comment like interrupting me.
Okay.
No, but the Bible says, no, we know man after the flesh. Philemon is a man, and whoever he is my brother in the faith.
Okay.
But you see, cut down on your demands. This is very important. Prudence. I'm talking to you. Cut down on your demands in your relationship. Build yourself up. It's the man by himself that will be asking you, what do you want? And anything you say, they will bring it to you. You cannot be in a relationship contributing nothing, but you are making demands. Nobody will listen to you. They would want to run away. The woman who fears the Lord be praised. That's what the Bible says. Have you heard women sending things to their boyfriends, text messages that are very terrible? Like, this is a man that you said you loved earlier. You just said, I love you, you mean the whole world to me. But the next day, you are a monster, you are a cheat, you are this, you are devil, you are this, you are that, you are this. I regret. And then you send all these messages with the hope that Zakushiria. I don't know how to say that in English.
You will settle.
You will settle. With the hope that you settle. And God will help you. You come and settle. So what happened to the things that you meant?
When you were saying that.
I didn't say the things that you sent to, the things that you meant. What happened? What happens? I'm asking you, why are you quiet? What happens? You told me that I am a monster, I am a this, but earlier you said you loved me. But now I'm a monster, I am a cheat, I am a that, I am a this. Then we went out, I bought suya, I bought pepper soup, I bought wine, I bought everything you ate. I even transferred like 50K as it all. Just hold this one for weekend.
Well,
You are the best boyfriend, even though you can be very annoying. So you just say that and you think that everything you said was erased just by that. How am I supposed to live with all the things that you said to me, even if you say sorry at the end? I'm just saying that it can be the other way around. You can turn out to tell a lady, you are a prostitute, you are a this, I regretted the day that I blah, 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 blah. And then suddenly, they are like, see, you know, ba, we can make this thing work. Oh. You are just the one that is very stubborn. And the next day, you resume your normal activities. What happened to these things that you said? Because the Bible says, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Have you ever typed a message you were about to send? Then maybe you just copy it and paste it somewhere and keep, or delete it and wait. And just be wondering what to do. Relax. Relax. You see, as this clock is ticking, that's how problems will come and pass. Just give certain things time.
Okay. Yes, I was really just a host in this show. I didn't even say anything at the end of the day. But we're like, our time is up, so we have to just wrap up. Yes, it's actually we are all almost. We need to start wrapping up and dotting our I's and crossing our T's.
The truth is, the result of engaging yourself in an unhealthy dating or relationship can result in a traumatic experience that it can only take the grace of God for you to survive it. Some people don't even get the chance to even come out of it alive. We've had situations where people were killed by people they were dating. And then there are instances where, because of the things that the person you're dating said to you, others decided to take their life. So it is very important that the basic thing for you, you might not see like a global standard to dating that is actually acceptable everywhere in the world, because like I said, everybody has become a motivational speaker. When you go, you see different perspectives to how you should date. But as believers, we have a manual, we have a biblical principle to whatever we do. And if you read Galatians 5:19 to 23, you'll be able to see that there are some principles that will help you there, which is gentleness, respect, purity, and kindness. Above all, the person, like Engineer Tony said earlier on, you should fear God. There should be love for God. There should be reverence. And then when you find somebody like that should be even number one. Who should I date? Somebody that reverence God, love God, fears God. Somebody that is kind. When somebody is kind, he won't engage in some kind of physical abuse or verbal or emotional abuse. And then he'll be able to do the needful. So I think it's very important that when deciding or when thinking or when answering the question, who should I date? You should know that above all, it should be someone that fears God. And in that relationship, in that dating, seek to please God. When you seek to please God, you won't engage yourself in things that will not bring glory to Him, basically.
Do you have anything to say?
I will always have something to say. It's just, if it's not necessary, I don't have to say it.
No, but if you want to say something,
okay, it will take like 30 minutes. Should I still say it?
Yeah, the GM of the station. You can.
Okay, so I'm permitted to.
I don't know if your producer will say no.
Actually, this if what?
Your producer will say no, though.
There's a producer to this show.
What?
Oh,
I'm just knowing.
Okay.
I know that I have an errand girl for the show. I don't know that I have a producer. If you don't know Engineer Tony Nakale, you cry every day of your life if you are in his life. But I just love it that we have amazing people that we're working together, and God is really using us to talk to people in positive manners where they can understand. You don't know that there are people watching a television and everything you say is a manual, becomes a manual for life unto them. And we are grateful for all of this support that we receive. The truth is, this relationship things, don't listen to your mother, your father, your pastor. Go to the Bible. Go there. The pastor is also in a relationship. There are many pastors that their marriage is seriously shaky. Where do you think they will go to? It's the ultimate, is the word of God. Because the man that will slap you and see nothing wrong with it, it's not this that is the problem. It's the not seeing anything wrong with that is the problem. If his mind is renewed and transformed, he wouldn't do that. That means you're understanding me. Okay,
Yes.
that's still not right English. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying.
Yes.
The man who fears God, the man who honors God, the man who loves God, he will begin to see you through the eye of all these things that I've mentioned. The love of God shed abroad in his heart. It will be distributed fully. But the man who is kind novel to read love, he will treat heartbreak the way it was written, be treated in the film. That's the only information he has about it. The man who is asking friend, he will tell, the friend will advise based on what he knows. And God help you if it's not from the word of God. So just go to the word of God. When you meet somebody, if the person is talking world and you are scripture, if you love the person, lead him to Christ first. Don't waste a good partner on. Lead him to Christ first. Then see how you can help him. Then if he's turning out to that you are the one needing help at the end, run. It's true. Some people cannot be helped. But if it turns out that you are the one needing help, look for the person. Who should I date? Who you want to date? That's the question. So when the person comes, does he know God? Or does she know God? If they don't, that's the first point. Let's know God before we can apply the knowledge that we have God in the relationship that we have. With these few words of mine, I hope that you have been blessed.
It was a nice time here. I learned a lot. As I said,
No, you were quiet.
As I said from the beginning, I have very little experience on these things, so I was kind of blind. But
The show. Time.
now, okay, so now we've come to the end of our
Very
show.
soon you hear our wedding card. You will be quiet.
I don't have experience.
And the show, Victor is waiting for you to end show.
Okay, it was really a nice time.
You have not appreciated our
We
crew.
thank you for
Appreciate our
for
crew.
staying with us. Sir.
Say I'm
Thank you,
here.
Engineer
Appreciate
Tony.
our crew. Appreciate Victor. Appreciate everybody.
Thank you, Engineer Tony, for doing this with me.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Grace, for doing this with
Bye,
me.
bro.
And thank you for Mr. Hassan for being behind cameras, for Victor thank you to Victor for editing this, and for
La.
Eli is not in the MCR. It's actually Bastian Jerry.
Okay. Eli is the head. So
Okay.
if you thank him, it will go down.
Okay.
Please thank
Thank
Martha
you, Eli.
Isao.
Oh yeah. Let me
Please
not
thank
forget
our
that. Thank
producer
you.
before I start my job.
Sad. And Linda for this very interesting topic. It was very interesting, Sean. Thank you. Well, thank you for your comments and for staying with us throughout the program. It has been today's live here on Airport Vision International. Thank you for staying with us, and we hope that you'll join us again next time. It will be a lovely time. You know, we enjoyed the one today, so we'll enjoy tomorrow. Well, stay blessed. Have a good day ahead of you. Bye for now.